Welcome to another episode of Brothers Arguing Sports. Here's our instant reaction. It just happened. Jordan Poole for Chris Paul. TD, did you like the trade?
I mean, if I'm a Wizards fan, if I'm a Wizards fan, I love it. But as a Warriors, I cannot wrap my head around it. None of this makes sense to me. It just feels like an odd sore thumb fit, and I'm worried now for the Warriors. I'm worried about what Dunleavy is gonna, and I'm worried about
the new GM Dunleavy.
Yeah, now I'm worried about how important Bob Myers really was to that dynasty. Because a move like this, I mean, it really makes me question, are the Warriors in good hands, or are they just going to fumble the twilight of Curry's career? Here's my initial baffling reaction to it. One is that everyone loves Chris Paul for his leadership. That's like his main quality. Why would Draymond and Steph, who have 4 rings, want to listen to a guy who's Mr. Leader and is going to come in with no rings? So I already sensed like a power struggle. This is Draymond and Steph's team, and you're bringing in a quote unquote leader who they don't want to listen to. They've beat him their whole career. So that's like one thing to me. Second, they're one kind of trade chip with value was Jordan Poole. They had this young, dynamic guard. If they wanted to, what I do like for the Warriors is you had to get rid of Poole. He had to go. The chemistry issues. He was he's a bad egg, bad apple. That's the only aspect I like about it for the Warriors is Poole had to go. But to flush your one trade chip, you could get a lot for this guy. He's 23. He was excellent in the championship run 2 years ago. You could get watch him score like 26 a game for the Wizards now. He's on a bad team, no Porzingis, no Beal. He's gonna take 30 shots a game. He's gonna put up incredible numbers. And you bring in Chris Paul on a team that already has Steph Curry. He's small. He has no strength. He'll never be able to explode for 25 in a game like Poole could. He's not going to start. I just think you were good to get rid of Poole, but you wasted your one trade chip to get some value out of for a 38-year-old Chris Paul on an already old team that needs to squeeze the juice out of its old players.
Well,
I don't see it. It works. It works for getting rid of Poole, but Chris Paul is literally the last person I would think this team needed.
Well, this is where I think it's an okay deal. It's an okay deal. Number one, the Warriors, like you alluded to, I don't want to repeat what you said, but this was key because Draymond Green is going to be allowed to be Draymond Green again. He admitted after the punch with Poole, he could never be. He's the type of guy who likes to get in people's faces and be that kind of leader. And the thing is, Chris Paul has that same type of personality. So they're going to be a tougher team next year. That's what I liked about the trade.
Okay.
Number two, Jordan Poole is earning $32 million a year. He didn't give him much in the playoffs. I don't think he gave them anything. I think so. Yes, you're right. He could explode for 25, 26. He could score. He was good 2 years ago. He's 24 years old now, but he didn't give them anything last year. I just don't.
No, Zav, I agree they had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But, Zav, those 25-point explosions were key to winning that championship.
2 years ago.
Yeah, but my point is this Warriors team needs that 25-point explosion. You're not going to get that out of Chris Paul.
Yeah, but here's my point. Number one, I think Jordan Poole got exposed a little bit last year. He wasn't as good as we all thought he was going to.
No, Zav, I agree you had to get rid of him.
But listen to me, just let me finish.
Yeah.
With his contract at $32 million a year, he was going to be hard to move. You're not going to get a Bradley Beal for Jordan Poole. You're not going to get that straight trade. But So it's going to be a hard trade to make. They found a contract that matched. Chris Paul matched. So number one, you got rid of Jordan Poole, you got rid of that contract. Number two, yes, you weren't going to find a great replacement for Jordan Poole, but what you did, you brought in a veteran who has that tough leadership, which is going to help in that sense. I agree with you basketball wise at this stage of his career. No, Chris Paul isn't a great fit, but I think you're underestimating how tough a situation this is. And remember, Draymond Green filed for free agency. He opted out. So I think there's a part of the Warriors that has to try and fight to bring him in. And having a veteran like Chris Paul, who is a tough-minded individual, I think that's going to help bring Draymond Green back because he wants to lead. He wants to be on the Warriors for that role. So
No, yeah. It was key to get rid of Poole for Draymond to flourish, and that was the right choice. It's
that's
up
my point.
basketball wise, yeah, and that I'm
Batiti,
100% agree with.
they have to bring Draymond Green back. He's not back yet. He's a free agent. He's looking around. I think this move, all right, I could go back there and be myself. And they had to move fast because Draymond Green signed with the team. To move Jordan Poole's contract is not easy. So they found a match, and that allows Draymond Green to come back and the Warriors to come back. That's where
I don't think it's as hard to move a Jordan Poole as you're making it out, as you're
I
making
think
it
it
to sound.
is.
Because this is a guy who is a good player, but just didn't work on the Warriors. You know, he just doesn't fit in with Green, and that issue is why he's gone.
Yep.
It was the personality is why he's gone. His games you forget the Warriors just a year ago decided to pay him big based on his game. And he is a good player. It's just he didn't fit, unfortunately, personality wise, with Warriors culture. But the Warrior, I mean,
2 million a year, TD. 32 million a year is a hit to your salary cap. And
yeah, but
Jordan
Zub, guess how it's up? They're paying Chris Paul 30 million. I just can't wrap my head around 30. Basketball wise, they're a worse team now with Chris Paul instead of Jordan Poole. Do you agree with that? With right now, basketball wise, as currently constructed, I think they are now a worse team with Chris Paul on. Chris Paul, to me, Zav, just brings absolutely nothing to the table. It's to the Warriors. Okay, he's this playmaker extraordinaire. They don't need that. They have Steph Curry. I think it's just surplus. His Paul's strengths, leadership, and organizing a team are surplus to requirements on the Warriors. What the Warriors need is firepower and size and athleticism and defense. The Wiggins, the Iggy's who's getting phased out.
He is phased
Chris
out.
Paul, what?
Iggy's done now.
He's done. Yeah, but these are the people you need to replace on the team. The athletic wing guards who can rebound, the Wiggins types. Bringing in a Chris Paul,
you're completely missing the point. This was a move to help to bring back Draymond Green. Draymond Green is out on the market right now. He might not have come back to the Warriors with Jordan Poole there. They had to get rid of him fast, and this was the fast move. That's why they made it. That's the 100% reason why. So that's it.
I mean,
you're
overthinking
it.
No, it was okay. It was so basically what you're saying is the move to get rid of Poole to retain Green was the right move.
Exactly.
And I agree.
That's the move. That there's no
yes, but you can separate them into two. Then, considering the move, I think they did terrible to bring in Paul. I think you could have done anything else with Poole.
I think you're underestimating Poole's worth at 32 million a year. I don't think a team wants to build around Jordan Poole. I think he's a good player, but not a player to build around. And when you bring in a 32 million a year contract, that's a big piece. Would you want the Knicks to get Jordan Poole? 32 million.
Um, I think he can play.
He can,
Zop,
but not a
Poole,
franchise.
yeah, I know he's not a winner, and it fit perfectly last year on the Warriors when he got along with everyone and the other guys took care of the leadership, and all he was a loved trick off the bench, and I think that was the perfect role for him. Once he fell out, kind of culture wise, he folded, but he can play Zop, and Warriors don't win that championship without him, Zop.
I agree.
2 years ago.
He was good 2 years ago.
Yeah, and you gotta, if you're Warriors and you want to win in the next 2 years, and you had a piece that was vital to winning, and you replace him with someone that isn't even capable of giving you that impact, I think is a waste of that asset.
But they had to move fast because Draymond
They
Green
have
was
to
a
do
free
it
agent,
good.
and they for them they can't lose Draymond, so that's why they did
But
it.
now what do they have? They need more pieces.
I
Chris
agree with
Paul
that.
is not the answer. You got DiVincenzo and Chris Paul, who are two small guards who are going
I
to
agree
beat
with you.
the Warriors. It's just
Basketball wise,
and,
Dunleavy's got to make a move. They need a big defensive guard, in my opinion.
and I think Poole was the chip to cash in with.
We'll see. I think they,
Yeah,
yeah. All right.
like me, this leaves a bad taste in my mouth for where the Warriors are headed. Right now, I think they have a less chance of winning the championship than they did before.
I agree with you, but
Hopefully, there's more moves. Hopefully, there's more moves to come.
yep.
Hopefully.
All right. See you later.
All right, take it easy.